ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुस्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರವೇ ನಮಃ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡು, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ತುಂಬ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟಿಕಲ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇ ಫ್ಯೂ ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಸ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಮೀ. ಯಸ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನದಯಾ ಸಿಂಧೋಃ
ಯಸ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನದಯಾ ಸಿಂಧೋಃ
ಅಗಾಧಸ್ಯಾನಘಾ ಗುಣಾಃ ಅಗಾಧಸ್ಯಾನಘಾ ಗುಣಾಃ. ಅನಘ ಏಕೆ? ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಪಕ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಗಾಧಸ್ಯಾನಘಾ ಗುಣಾಃ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲವಾ ಹ್ರಸ್ವ ಇದೇನು? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲವಾ ಏನು? ಮತ್ತೆ ವೈ ಡು ಯು ಮೇಕ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್? ಅಗಾಧಸ್ಯಾನಘಾ ಗುಣಾಃ. ಸ್ಯನಘ ಏಕೆ? ಅಗಾಧಸ್ಯ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ವೈ ಡು ಯು ಸೇ ಅಗಾಧಸ್ಯ? ವೈ ಡು ಯು ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಶಾರ್ಟ್?
ಅಗಾಧಸ್ಯಾನಘಾ ಗುಣಾಃ.
ಸೇವ್ಯತಾಮಕ್ಷಯೋ ಧೀರಾಃ ಸಶ್ರಿಯೇ ಚಾಮೃತಾಯ ಚ. These are first 5 are introductory shlokas. Introductory shlokas you can learn later. Thereafter, when he starts the vocabulary, you can see, just for example, ಒಂದು 10-15 shlokas I will recite, you will understand it. ಸಮಾಹೃತ್ಯಾನ್ಯತಂತ್ರಾಣಿ ಸಂಕ್ಷಿಪ್ತೈಃ ಪ್ರತಿಸಂಸ್ಕೃತೈಃ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣಮುಚ್ಯತೆ ವರ್ಗೈಃ ನಾಮಲಿಂಗಾನುಶಾಸನಂ ಪ್ರಾಯಶೋ ರೂಪಭೇದೇನ ಸಾಹಚರ್ಯಾಚ್ಚ ಕುತ್ರಚಿತ್ ಸ್ತ್ರೀಪುನ್ನಪುಂಸಕಂ ಜ್ಞೇಯಂ ತದ್ವಿಶೇಷವಿಧೇಃ ಕ್ವಚಿತ್ ಭೇದಾಖ್ಯಾನಾಯನ ದ್ವಂದ್ವೋ ನೈಕಶೇಷೋ ನ ಸಂಕರಃ ಕೃತೋತ್ರ ಭಿನ್ನಲಿಂಗಾನಾಂ ಅನುಕ್ತಾನಾಂ ಕ್ರಮಾದೃತೆ ತ್ರಿಲಿಂಗ್ಯಾಂ ತ್ರಿಷ್ವಪಿ ಪದಂ ತ್ರಿಷ್ವಿತಿ ಪದಂ ಮಿಥುನೆ ತು ದ್ವಯೋರಿತಿ ನಿಷಿದ್ಧಲಿಂಗಂ ಶೇಷಾರ್ಥಂ ತ್ವಂತಾಥಾದಿನ ಪೂರ್ವಭಾಕ್. Just introduction. The main shlokas you can see. First shloka gives the synonyms of swarga. Just you see. Swaravyayam swarganaka. Say.
ಸ್ವರವ್ಯಯಂ ಸ್ವರ್ಗನಾಕ
ತ್ರಿದಿವಸ್ತ್ರಿದಶಾಲಯಾಃ ಸುರಲೋಕೋದ್ಯೋ ದಿವೌ ದ್ವೇ ಸ್ತ್ರಿಯಾಂ ಕ್ಲೀಬೆ ತ್ರಿವಿಷ್ಟಪಂ. Next names are of devatas. What are the various names for devatas? All put together in shloka. Amara nirjara devaah tridasha vibudhas suraah suparvanas sumanasah tridivesha divaukasah aditeya divishado ಲೇಖಾ ಅದಿತಿನಂದನಾಃ ಆದಿತ್ಯಾರುಭವೋ ಸ್ವಪ್ನಾಃ ಅಮರ್ತ್ಯಾ ಅಮೃತಾಂಧಸಃ ಬರ್ಹಿರ್ಮುಖಾಃ ಕ್ರತುಭುಜೋ ಗೀರ್ವಾಣಾದಾನವಾರಯಃ ವೃಂದಾರಕಾ ದೈವತಾನಿ ಪುಂಸಿವಾ ದೇವತಾ ಸ್ತ್ರಿಯಾಂ. All these ಸ್ತ್ರಿಯಾಂ. All these are the names of devas. Next he says Ganadevata. Aditya Vishwavasavaha
आदित्यविश्ववसवः
तुषिताभास्वरानिलाः
तुषिताभास्वरानिलाः
महाराजिकसाध्याश्च
महाराजिकसाध्याश्च
ರುದ್ರಾಶ್ಚ ಗಣದೇವತಾಃ.
रुद्राश्च गणदेवताः.
ಇಕ ದೇವಯೋನಿಗಳು, ದೇವರಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಬಗೆಗಳು, ಪಂಗಡಗಳು ಎಂದರ್ಥ. ವಿದ್ಯಾಧರಾಪ್ಸರೋ ಯಕ್ಷ
विद्याधराप्सरो यक्ष
ರಕ್ಷೋ ಗಂಧರ್ವ ಕಿನ್ನರಾಃ
रक्षो गन्धर्वकिन्नराः
ಪಿಶಾಚೋ ಗುಹ್ಯಕಃ ಸಿದ್ಧೋ
पिशाचो गुह्यकः सिद्धो
ಭೂತೋ ಮೀ ದೇವಯೋನಯಃ.
भूतो मी देवयोनयः.
ದೇವತಾ ಜನ್ಮಗಳು. ಇಕ ಅಸುರ ನೋಡು. ಅಸುರ ದೈತ್ಯ ದೈತೇಯ
असुरा दैत्य दैतेय
ಧನುಜೇಂದ್ರಾರಿ ದಾನವಾಃ ಧನುಜೇಂದ್ರಾರಿ
धनुजेन्द्रारिदानवाः
ಶುಕ್ರಶಿಷ್ಯಾದಿತಿ ಸುತಾಃ
शुक्रशिष्यादितिसुताः
ಪೂರ್ವದೇವಾಸುರದ್ವಿಷಃ.
पूर्वदेवाः सुरद्विषः.
ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಬುದ್ಧನ ಹೆಸರುಗಳು. ಸರ್ವಜ್ಞ ಸುಗತೋ ಬುದ್ಧೋ
सर्वज्ञः सुगतो बुद्धो
ಧರ್ಮರಾಜಸ್ತಥಾಗತಃ
धर्मराजस्तथागतः
ಸಮಂತಭದ್ರೋ ಭಗವಾನ್
समन्तभद्रो भगवान्
ಮಾರಜಿಲ್ಲೋಕಜಿಜ್ಜಿನಃ
मारजिल्लोकजिज्झिनः
ಷಡಭಿಜ್ಞೋ ದಶಬಲೋ
षडभिज्ञो दशबलो
ದ್ವಯವಾದಿ ವಿನಾಯಕಃ.
द्वयवादी विनायकः.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದ್ವಯವಾದಿ ಅಕಾರ ಹೆಸ್ ಗಾನ್ ಇಂಟು ಅದು. ಮುನೀಂದ್ರ ಶ್ರೀಘನಶಾಸ್ತ
मुनीन्द्रः श्रीघनशास्ता
ಮುನಿಶಾಕ್ಯ ಮುನಿಸ್ತುಯಃ
मुनिशाक्यः मुनिस्तुयः
ಸಶಾಕ್ಯ ಸಿಂಹಃ ಸರ್ವಾರ್ಥಂ
सशाक्य
ಸರ್ವಾರ್ಥ
सशाक्यसिंहः सर्वार्थ
ಸಿದ್ಧಶೌದ್ದೋದನಿಶ್ಚ ಸಹ
सिद्धः शौद्धोदनिश्च सः
ಗೌತಮಶ್ಚಾರ್ಕಬಂಧುಶ್ಚ
गौतमश्चार्कबन्धुश्च
ಮಾಯಾದೇವಿ ಸುತಶ್ಚ ಸಹ.
मायादेवी सुतश्च सः.
ಈಗ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದೇವನ ಹೆಸರುಗಳು ನೋಡಿ. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾತ್ಮಭೂಸುರಜ್ಯೇಷ್ಠಃ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾತ್ಮಭೂಸುರಜ್ಯೇಷ್ಠಃ
ब्रह्मात्मभूसुरज्येष्ठः
ಪರಮೇಷ್ಠೇ ಪಿತಾಮಹಃ
परमेष्ठी पितामहः
ಹಿರಣ್ಯಗರ್ಭೋ ಲೋಕೇಶಃ
हिरण्यगर्भो लोकेशः
ಸ್ವಯಂಭೂಶ್ಚತುರಾನನಃ
स्वयंभूश्चतुराननः
ಧಾತಾಬ್ಜಯೋ ನಿರ್ದೃಹಿಣೋ.
दाताब्जयो निर्द्रुहिणो.
See, you have not learnt Veda, you have not learnt Sanskrit, and you say that you learnt from your internet or cell phone. All that is rubbish, should never be learnt. I am telling you, nobody should learn directly from the cell phone. That won't give you, that will be only Chandala Veda. If you learnt it, that will become Chandala Veda. You learn again from Guru, that will become correct. Every letter pronunciation is wrong. How can you learn from the book? Who will correct you if you go wrong? You will only reinforce your wrong pronunciations. Therefore, should never be learnt that way. Already recorded thing you play and listen, it won't work. See the mistakes. Oh. I think Dhatabjayoni, do you have to say? Or finished it? Dhatabjayo nirdruhino
धाताब्जयो निर्द्रुहिणो
विरिञ्चिः कमलासनः
विरिञ्चिः कमलासनः
स्रष्टा प्रजापतिर्वेधा
स्रष्टा प्रजापतिर्वेधा
विधाता विश्वसृड्विधिः
विधाता विश्वसृड्विधिः विश्वसृड्विधिः
नाभिजन्माण्डजः पूर्वो
नाभिजन्माण्डजः पूर्वो
निधनः कमलोद्भवः सदानन्दो रजो मूर्तिः सत्यकोऽहं सवाहनः. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಹೆಸರುಗಳು. ವಿಷ್ಣುರ್ನಾರಾಯಣ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ವೈಕುಂಠೋ ವಿಷ್ಟರಶ್ರವಾಃ ದಾಮೋದರೋ ಹೃಷೀಕೇಶಃ ಕೇಶವೋ ಮಾಧವಸ್ವಭೂಃ ದೈತ್ಯಾರಿಃ ಪುಂಡರೀಕಾಕ್ಷೋ ಗೋವಿಂದೋ ಗರುಡಧ್ವಜಃ
गोविन्दो गरुडध्वजः
पीताम्बरोच्युतशार्ङ्गी
पीताम्बरोऽच्युतः शाङ्गिः
विश्वक्सेनो जनार्दनः
विश्वक्सेनो जनार्दनः
उपेन्द्र इन्द्रावरजः
उपेन्द्र इन्द्रावरजः
चक्रपाणिश्चतुर्भुजः
चक्रपाणिश्चतुर्भुजः
पद्मनाभो मधुरिपुः
पद्मनाभो मधुरिपुः
वासुदेवस्त्रिविक्रमः
वासुदेवस्त्रिविक्रमः
देवकीनन्दनः शौरिः
देवकीनन्दनः शौरिः
श्रीपतिः पुरुषोत्तमः
श्रीपतिः पुरुषोत्तमः
वनमाली बलिध्वंसी
वनमाली बलिध्वंसी
कंसारातिरथोक्षजः
कंसारातिरथोक्षजः
ಅದೇನಪ್ಪ ಬಿಂಬನ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್
ವಿಶ್ವಂ
ಓಹೋ ಈ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಇದೆ ವಿಶ್ವಂಭರಃ ಕೈಟಭಜಿತ್
ವಿಶ್ವಂಭರಃ ಕೈಟಭಜಿತ್
ವಿಧುಶ್ರೀವತ್ಸಲಾಂಛನಃ
ವಿಧುಶ್ರೀವತ್ಸಲಾಂಛನಃ
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ದೆನ್ ಬಲಭದ್ರ ಬಲರಾಮ ದೆನ್ ಮನ್ಮಥ ದೆನ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ದೆನ್ ಗರುಡ ದೆನ್ ಶಿವ ನೀವು ಶಿವಭಕ್ತನ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಭಕ್ತನ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡು ಕೆಲವು ಯು ಗೋ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಶಂಭುರೀಶಃ ಶಿವ
ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಶಿವ
ಶಂಭುರೀಶಃ ಪಶುಪತಿಃ
ಶಂಭುರೇಶಃ ಪಶುಪತಿಃ
ಶಿವಃ ಶೂಲೀ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಃ
ಶಿವಃ ಶೂಲೀ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಃ
ಈಶ್ವರಃ ಸರ್ವ ಈಶಾನಃ
ಈಶ್ವರಃ ಸರ್ವ ಈಶಾನಃ
ಶಂಕರಶ್ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರಃ
ಶಂಕರಶ್ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರಃ
ಭೂತೇಶಃ ಖಂಡಪರಶುಃ
ಭೂತೇಶಃ ಖಂಡಪರಶುಃ
ಗಿರೀಶೋ ಮೃಡಃ
ಗಿರೀಶೋ ಮೃಡಃ
ಮೃತ್ಯುಂಜಯಃ ಕೃತ್ತಿವಾಸಾಃ
ಮೃತ್ಯುಂಜಯಃ ಕೃತ್ತಿವಾಸಃ
ಪಿನಾಕೀ ಪ್ರಮಥಾಧಿಪಃ
ಪಿನಾಕೀ ಪ್ರಮಥಾಧಿಪಃ
ಉಗ್ರಃ ಕಪರ್ದಿ ಶ್ರೀಕಂಠಃ
ಉಗ್ರಃ ಕಪರ್ಧಿ ಶ್ರೀಕಂಠಃ
ಶಿತಿಕಂಠಃ ಕಪಾಲಭೃತ್
ಶಿತಿಕಂಠಃ ಕಪಾಲಭೃತ್
ವಾಮದೇವೋ ಮಹಾದೇವೋ ವಿರೂಪಾಕ್ಷಸ್ತ್ರಿಲೋಚನಃ
ವಿರೂಪಾಕ್ಷಸ್ತ್ರಿಲೋಚನಃ
ಕೃಶಾನುರೇತಾಃ ಸರ್ವಜ್ಞೋ ವಿಸರ್ಗ ಏಕೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಾಯಿದೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲವಾ ನೀವು ಅಕ್ಷರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಕ್ಷರ ಯೋ ರಾಮ ಎರಡು ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಎನಿವೆ ಧೂರ್ಜಟಿನ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಸಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ಲೇಟರ್ ಸಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ Rama has got only one side attention. You don't give two sides attention. We'll do Mandark. We'll do later. Because you have to correct many things. Every letter I have to, like a child, you have to correct it. We'll do it later. Sanskrit to English to Sanskrit aitala. Today I have to teach. Okay. The 8th lesson, Chaturthi and Panchami Vibhakti. In Chaturthi Vibhakti, for Akaranta Shabdas, both Punlinga and Napunsakalinga. Akaranta, Punlinga as well as Napunsakalinga. For these two, Vibhaktis are, Pratyayas are like Ya. This is Bhyam is same. What we saw for the third Vibhakti in Dvivachana. In Dvivachana, third Vibhakti, fourth Vibhakti and fifth Vibhakti are same. Dvivachana is very easy. First two are same. Prathama Vibhakti, Dvitiya Vibhakti in Dvivachana is same. In entire Sanskrit language, all words. Then third, fourth and fifth is same. Then sixth, seventh is same. Only three forms. If you learn only three, all Dvivachana is learnt. Second and first and second is same. Third, fourth, fifth is same. Then sixth, seven is same. So only three. Okay. Ya, Bhyam and Bhya. Bhyas. Bhyas means Bhya. Okay. Now Rama plus Ya. Here when Rama becomes long, some places some extra akara comes. So Rama plus Ya. Here Rama becomes long, therefore Ramaya. Okay. This Ramabhyam we have already studied in the third vibhakti. Same Ramabhyam. Okay. Ramabhyam. Then Bhya. Rama plus Bhya. Here again little change. Ma becomes A. Rame Bhya. The endings are changes to Visarga. Okay. So here Ya, Bhyam, Bhyas, these are the three pratyayas. When we are adding pratyayas, some little extra changes also take place. Here the A is added, here A is added. Remaining here also Ramabhyam. A, A. See, here A is extra, here one A is extra, here also one A is extra, and here A is extra. Okay. Ramaya, Ramabhyam, Ramebhyah. Repeat once.
Ramaya Ramabhyam Ramebhyah.
Then Phala, Napunsakalinga, as I told you, in Akaranta Shabdas, whether Napunsaka or Punlinga, they will be same. From third vibhakti to seventh vibhakti, they are all just the same. Only in first two vibhaktis alone, they differ. So Napunsakalinga like Phala Shabda, Punlinga like Rama Shabda have their forms from the Tritiya Vibhakti to seventh Vibhakti just the same. Therefore, same thing you can say Phalaya,
Phalaya,
Phalabhyam,
Phalabhyam,
Phalebhyah.
Phalebhyah.
Same. Then coming to the Hari. Oh, I think he is teaching later. First we will finish this only. Then Panchami Vibhakti. Hari will come later. He is teaching Chaturthi and Panchami together. So this is the fourth Vibhakti. Now coming to the Panchami Vibhakti, Rama Ta. Same, it is very easy. In Panchami Vibhakti, Ta, same Bhyam and Bhyaha. Bhyam and Bhyas. So only Ekavachana differs. Remaining are just the same. So, but here just like A, here also an extra A comes. Extra A comes, therefore extra A is added. So Ramat, then Ramabhyam, Ramebhyah. That's all. Say that once. Ramaya,
Ramaya,
Ramabhyam,
Ramabhyam,
Ramebhyah.
Ramebhyah.
Then Panchami Vibhakti, only Ekavachana differs. Dvivachana and Bahuvachana is same, just the same. So Ramat,
Ramat,
then Ramabhyam, Ramebhyah. Ramabhyam, Ramabhyam, Ramebhyah, Ramebhyah. So Rama Shabda is over. Phala is also same. So Phalaya we have said. Phalaya, Phalabhyam, Phalebhyah. Similarly, Phalat, only Ekavachana differs. The remaining is same. Dvivachana, Bahu. So it is easy. Okay, then I will wipe out. Okay. One good thing is that once we wipe out, it remains in the phone. Earlier, in our school days, once they wipe out, we lost. We have to note down immediately. Some teachers do very fast. And while teach and they write, we have to write and listen. Listening and writing was very difficult. Later we learnt. In school days, when we were small children, writing and listening simultaneously we could not do. But later, as I grew up, I came to the PUC and other classes. Listening and writing simultaneously we do. And later coming to ashrams, writing and listening both go simultaneously. Because whole life I have been writing. Because I have been listening to Vedanta for decades. Making notes and listening to Vedanta, decades it went on. So I got used to it. Write and listen simultaneously we do. Okay, then coming to Hari Shabda. For Hari Shabda, Chaturthi Vibhakti, he says, Hari is the form, Hari is the Rupa. Okay. A is the Pratyaya. A Bhyam Bhyaha. Ali Ya Bhyam Bhyaha. In Rama Shabda, Ya. Bhyam Bhyaha same. Bhyam Bhyas. Illi A Bhyam Bhyas. Iga remaining I don't have to say Bhyam and Bhyas. When A comes here, this takes Gunadesha. Hari takes Gunadesha, it becomes Hare. Okay. In Ramaya it was easy. Only Ya you add and add one more Ya. A. Ramaya. It becomes easy. But here, Hare plus A. When A is the suffix Pratyaya, then Hari takes Guna, ending E takes Guna becomes A. Once it takes Guna, just like Bhuva Bhava Ni Naya, same thing.
Okay.
That's why in the beginning he taught Ni changes to Ne and followed by A it becomes Nai. That he taught specifically. I used to think, why unnecessarily rule? Simply say Ni becomes Nayati. Because he taught it that because that particular change, Guna taking and changing into Aya. This happens in many words in Sanskrit. If you learn in one place, you can learn in many hundreds and thousands of words. So here also the similar change. You learned there. Ni becomes Ne. Because of the vowel, following vowel, Ne becomes Nai. Hari becomes Hare, Gunadesha. Hare becomes Hare. So once you learn the Ne, Ni, Ne, Bhu, Bhava. Bhu, Bho, Bhava. Ni, Ne, Naya. That's all. These two forms you will find in many words all over Sanskrit. Therefore learn that first thoroughly in the beginning. Once you learn it becomes very easy now. Hari becomes Hare. Hare, then A is anyway there. So A becomes I. When it becomes I, what happens? Harai. Okay. Harai plus A, what happens? Harai plus A. Harai. See, E is substituted by A, that is Gunadesha. This, when there is A at the end of the word, followed by vowel, that changes to Ayadi Sandhi. Aya, Ava, Aya, Ava. A, O, I, Au. These four letters, when followed by a vowel, they change in the sequence, same sequence. Aya, Ava, Aya, Ava. A changes to I. Hare changes to Harai. Harai plus A. Yeah, you join the A with Ya. Haraye. That's all. Haraye. Haraye Buddhi Sakshine. Okay. Then regarding Bhyam, Dvivachana, nothing changed, simply adding Hari plus Bhyam, Haribhyam. There at least Ramabhyam, the A becomes Dirgha. Here not even that. Simply Haribhyam. Illi Bhyas, Haribhyas, Haribhya. That's all. So Dvivachana and Bahuvachana is simple. Add the suffix, form is ready. Haribhyam, Haribhyaha. Only this Ekavachana alone has few steps, few changes. This many changes is grammar, Paniniya system. But we don't have to go into these details. Those are children or those are not interested in so much of grammar. Hari becomes a Haraye, that's all. Learn directly Haraye, Haribhyam, Haribhyaha. Forms will be ready-made forms. Because this is a form directly used in the language. Hari Shabdas. Of a Hari Shabda, the fourth Vibhakti Ekavachana of Hari Shabda is Haraye. This is in use in the language. The form that is in use in the language, directly take it and learn, memorize it and go ahead. You don't need to go these 1, 2 steps. In between 2 steps. In fact, A adding, then here the Gunadesha, Guna changing to A and A adding Haraye. 2 only, Gunadesha and changing to A. And adding A, three steps. In 3 steps, those who are interested can learn grammar because this will be preparation for Paniniya grammar. Panini takes this basic structure, but in this structure he adds, he teaches you some more logical steps. Here there is no logical step. Gunadesha, this thing. Why Gunadesha? Only of course we learnt Gunadesha, there is a rule, and changes to I as a Sandhi. For this Panini goes much more technically. So it's just bare direct effect is giving and he talks about the principles there. It becomes little more advanced. So it is just a few things is a preliminary Panini. He doesn't cover Panini thoroughly. At the same time he doesn't skip them. A few steps a preliminary steps so that this will be a preparating for your learning Panini. Some people, those are not interested in these things, can haraye directly learn. Skip all these things. But those who are interested can learn. Okay? Haraye. Fourth case. Haribhyam haribhyah. Next come to the fifth case. For fifth case, same guna takes place. Okay? After guna takes place, instead of A, up to this step is okay. Guna takes place and A we added. Here, guna takes place, we add us. See, each vibhakti has a pratyayas. Just shall I repeat it? For remembering. For prathama vibhakti akaranta, what did we say? A, au, as. For dvitiya vibhakti, au, an. Au, an. Okay. Then tritiya vibhakti, ina, bhyam, aihi. Ina, Rama plus ina, ramena. Bhyam is the same. Aihi we used it. Ais. So ina, bhyam, ais. That were the suffixes. Then for Hari Shabda. Okay, then in completed. Let us complete it. For Rama Shabda, fourth case and fifth case, ya, bhyam, bhyaha, ya, bhyam, bhyas. Then ta, bhyam, bhyas. Ta, bhyam, bhyas. Okay. Now this Rama Shabda is over. Coming to the Hari Shabda. For Hari Shabda, sa is there anyway. Sa, e, it becomes long e. And then hara, yaha, bahuvachana is a complicated. In Hari Shabda, many places Gunadesha is coming. That means whenever there is a vowel pratyaya, the general rule is, in Panini says, wherever there is a vowel pratyaya, this guna takes place. In Harayaha, see, the as pratyaya is there. So the guna takes place, Hari becomes a Hare. Guna takes place. So guna takes place. Once guna takes place, Harai comes. Harai, as, Harayaha. Then Hari, Hareen there. Een takes place then. Hari becomes long and na. Hareen. Okay. Now Tritiya Vibhakti, na bhyam bhis. Na, say, na bhyam bhis. Iga fourth Vibhakti, a bhyam bhyas. Chaturthi Vibhakti, as bhyam bhyas. Okay. As bhyam bhyas. Fourth Vibhakti, a bhyam bhyas. Chaturthi Vibhakti, as bhyam bhyas. Only as is different, ekavachana. Vivachana, bahuvachana same. In Rama Shabda, in Hari Shabda also both are same. It is very easy. So, only ekavachana let us learn. So, Gunadesha takes place anyway. Okay, note down. Whatever you are noting down, note down.
Guna takes place when followed by?
Not in all, in some of them. What happened? Why the ink is getting drier? No. Ink is becoming less.
Oh.
I asked him to get the ink. Ink also to put. When we write, ink gets exhausted. Rama says, no, it is self-inking. Once you buy it, it will last for 5 to 6 months. Thereafter, throw away. Use and throw away. You don't have to add ink. But it seems getting dry. You have to add the ink. Available in? Turn to open. I don't know. Whiteboard. Refillable, he says. Refillable. So that means you have to add the ink. You have to add the ink. He says, no. Recap after use. Store in horizontal position. Horizontal means this.
Horizontal.
This only, not vertical.
Not vertical.
Because vertical means, but we are putting like this around.
This only.
We are not putting like this because the ink goes down. You are putting like either like this or like this. Horizontal. Why is it getting dried up? Ink is becoming less. Okay. Hare, Gunadesha takes place. Here the A is the vowel, here as is the vowel. Whatever is the vowel, it should be vowel. When there is vowel, A changes to I. Here also A changes to I. That means Hari taking Gunadesha, changing to I is common. Only adding here A, here adding us. Okay. So hare us. What happens? Oh, I made a mistake. Here harai, what you call? Changing to I. That ayadi sandhi comes in case of fourth vibhakti. Here there is no ayadi vibhakti, sorry. Ayadi vibhakti is not required. Hare plus another rule is there. That Ramoshvam arohati. So when A and O followed by A, this merges into it. That another rule applies. Why can't we apply this and why can apply this? Then you have to go into the more complicated grammar rule. We will not touch that. Okay. Because Panini, you have to learn what is that Purvatra Siddham and the Panini's position. He put certain rules, certain sutras at a later stage. Certain sutras previous stage. So, after the latest Purvatra Asiddham, after later sutras come, the previous sutras will not come. Apply. That is a rule there. Okay. So, that Panini's order, sutra order is there. So, after this rule, when this rule is applicable, that rule gets cancelled. Okay. So, this rule application and cancelling and again application, again cancelling, this becomes more complicated. Okay. This Panini discusses. It's a more like mathematics. That's why Bhandarkar avoids that complications. See here, the two rules are applicable. One is A merging into it. Avagraha comes in this place. Another is Gunadesha, what you call Ayadesha taking place. Which one? Then one gets cancelled, one doesn't. Only learn at the moment this much. Why? What rules applies that? Why that gets cancelled? Why this alone applies? More complicated rules comes. We'll go into all those things. We'll go into later. Not now. Only this much we can say here. Harai. Fourth one is A becomes I. And A is added haraye. Here the I adesha doesn't take place. Instead of that, A merges into it. That rule I have told. This A merges into A. Neither it is written nor pronounced. So what happens? Hare. And in place of it, an avagraha is written. Sa changes to visarga. Again, in fact, in these things, this avagraha is not required also. Hare merges into it. Hare. Then bhyam bhya se. Haribhyam haribhyah. So in Chaturthi Panchami, bhyam bhya, both are same. In Rama Shabda or even Hari Shabda or even entire languages, all Sanskrit words, bhyam bhya will be just common. In Chaturthi and Panchami Vibhakti, they are just common. Bhyam bhya everywhere. It becomes easy to learn. Once you learn, it becomes all applicable to all words. So here, haraye, haribhyam, haribhyah, harehe, haribhyam, haribhyah. Harehe, haribhyam, haribhyah. Chaturthi. Haraye, haribhyam, haribhyah. Okay. Now we go Vari. Because Phala Shabda is same. You don't have to worry. Because Phala is same like Rama. But in Vari, what happens? A is there anyway. A and us. Vari Pada is their basic pada. Na is added. Okay. A is the Chaturthi Vibhakti. A is the Chaturthi Vibhakti. Then Panchami. Vari, Na, As. Simple adding, that's all. Na is suffix. Because we have been adding right from Tritiya onward. Tritiya also we have added. Vari, A. For the Tritiya Pratyaya, Abhyam Bihi. Abhyam Bihi. Hari Shabda also. Hari Shabda ki, for the Hari Shabda and Vari Shabda, Abhyam Bihi. Abhyam Bihi, Na we have added Hari Shabda. Here for Vari Shabda also, Nakara keep on adding until the last. For Vari Shabda. For Hari Shabda only Tritiya Vibhakti. Harina, Varina, there it is similar. But for Hari Shabda, Chaturthi and other Vibhaktis na won't come. But Vari Shabda, Na Shabda keeps on coming until the end. So, Varin plus A, Varine. Na becomes A. So, this becomes Varine. The other rule comes, Na changes to Na. Because the Ra is there and Na changes to Na. So, Varine. This is Varin plus As. Varin. As you add it. Varinas. Varinaha. But Na changes to again?
Varinaha.
Varinaha. Varine. You make it Varine. In fact, it is an Akaranta Shabda. It is not Ikaranta. But anyway, he is teaching you, so therefore I am also. Otherwise, I would avoid it. If I have a chance, I would not teach this. This will come as an Akaranta Shabda at a later stage. Varine, Varinaha. See, Varine, Chaturthi Vibhakti. What about Bhyam? Bhyam and Vyaha? It is same. Varibhyam, Varibhyaha. Varine, say. Varibhyam, Varibhyaha. Varinaha. Varibhyam, Varibhyaha. Varibhyam, Varibhyaha, same. That's all. We learned Chaturthi and Panchami Vibhakti of Rama Shabda, Phala Shabda, Hari Shabda, Vari Shabda. 4 words, 2 Vibhaktis, Chaturthi and Panchami. We'll just at the final say all of them, repeat all of them and proceed with the vocabulary. Okay. Oh, time is up already. Anyway, so Rama Shabda, let us say Chaturthi Vibhakti. Ramaya, Ramabhyam, Ramebhyaha. Then this is Chaturthi. Then Panchami you take it. Ramat, Ramabhyam, Ramebhyaha. This is a Chaturthi and Panchami of Rama Shabda. Now again let us see Phala Shabda, Chaturthi and Panchami Vibhakti of Phala Shabda. Phalaya, Phalabhyam, Phalebhyaha, Phalat, Phalabhyam, Phalebhyaha. Phala is over. Now coming to the Hari. Haraye, Chaturthi Vibhakti. Haraye, Haribhyam, Haribhyaha. Then Panchami. Harehe, Haribhyam, Haribhyaha. How do you pronounce it? Harehe. Because after A is Visarga is coming. Harehe. Like that. Now we go Vari. Come to Vari. Sorry, one more. No. Va. I have been adding only Va. It should be long Va. Here I did it, but here I made a mistake. Va should be long. Okay. In all, I have written short by mistake. Okay. Vari. Now Chaturthi Vibhakti, let us see. Tritiya we have learnt it. Varina, Varibhyam, Varibhi. Chaturthi, Varine, Varibhyam, Varibhyaha. Panchami, Varinaha, Varibhyam, Varibhyaha. Illi Vari Shabdadu, it is easy to learn, or shall I tell later? If I tell now, may be confused. Like later I will tell. Na, ne, naha. Na is Ekavachana. I mean Tritiya. Na, ne, naha. You remember 3. Shashti and Saptami is easy. Matte another Nahani. Na, ne, nahani. If you make it this thing, all singulars becomes easy. Na, ne, naha, ni. Panchami, Shashti, Saptami. I'll tell it later. In the next lesson, I'll tell this. Now it's over. All the Vibhaktis we have learned. We just see little vocabulary and probably we can go for the translation. Vocabulary we will do it quickly in 5 to 10 minutes. So, and then you can, so that you can do some homework. Otherwise, we'll be postponing one more day. Now vocabulary we'll do fast. Ashwapati. So it is Ikaranta Punlinga Ashwapatihi. Ashwapati is the name of a person. So Ashwapati is a new word. Means from the Prathama Vibhakti we have not learnt. You can orally practice at least earlier Vibhaktis and present Vibhaktis Chaturthi Panchami. Ashwapatina, Ashwapatibhyam, Ashwapatibhi. Ashwapataye, Ashwapatibhyam, Ashwapatibhyaha, Ashwapatehe. ಪತಿಭ್ಯಾಂ ಪತಿಭ್ಯ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಸಿ ಈಸ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ಅಕಾರಾಂತ ಇಕಾರಾಂತ. ಅಶ್ವಪತಿ ಇಸ್ ಇಕಾರಾಂತ, ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಇಸ್ ಅಕಾರಾಂತ. ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ರಾಮ ಶಬ್ದ. ಆಚಾರ್ಯಾಯ, ಆಚಾರ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಂ, ಆಚಾರ್ಯೇಭ್ಯಃ, ಆಚಾರ್ಯಾತ್, ಆಚಾರ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಂ. Acharya is calling that old English preceptor, tutor and teach. I think teacher is simple word. Preceptor is an old English. Nowadays if you call preceptor, nobody understands who is a preceptor. Krishi valaha. Krishi vala is means that old English. Husbandman. What is husbandman? Farmer. Agriculturist. The farmer is called Krishika, you call him in Kannada. Same thing, Krishakaha. In Sanskrit, Krishakaha. Krishika word is not there in Sanskrit. That is your Kannada word. Krishakaha athava Krishivalaha. So Krishivala is a Krishakaha. That is a farmer. He calls him as husbandman, you call farmer. That is enough. Then next Krishna. Krishna is a proper noun. Then Krodha, anger. Krodha, Krodho, Krodha. Then Kroshaha. Krosha is an old measurement of a distance. Krosha is 2 miles. So in English people call it kos. In Telugu we use it to call kos. Even now villagers call kos only. 2 kosulu undi. 2 kosugalive. Kos andre, kos means 2 miles. 2 miles makes 1 kos. That old measure, old distances measuring. Indian thing is gone. And we got mile system came, British. Now miles have gone and kilometers have come. But we should have retained our own. When we have invented our own measurement, it looks that as if Indians have no measurement, as if we have to borrow, as if we are a colony anyway. But we had our own civilization, culture. We have got weights, we have got distances, we have got measurements. All these things we had a system. Then why all the system just to remove it and adopt it directly? Now you see, America adopts a kilometer system. British adopts a miles system. They won't like it. They follow their own. Even now they follow. America follows even now kilometers. Now kilometers or miles? Oh, America follows miles. Okay. British follows kilometers. See, America follows mile system. They won't obey to England. They retain their own alternate. Why don't we have our own? Because we are slaves. Britishers have not gone. Still they are sitting on our head. Why didn't we adopt our own system? Yojana we call it, gotta? Yojana, Krosha. Ee Yojana, Krosha in all our Sanskrit Grantha, in Telugu, old Granthas, all these measurements you find. When you read the old books, in the shlokas, or in the Puranas, or in the stories, in the novels, everywhere you find them. Modern people cannot understand. They all have to be translated. That means we are killing the languages and culture. It is a culture because we have developed all that is a civilization. Why should we lose that? Isn't it? We are just losing them because we are slaves. But America even now follows differently. People say, oh, for universally, for the whole world, if there is a one measurement, it is easy for communication. But does America follow?
No.
Is it easy for communicate with Britishers? They say you change them. You convert them. We measure our miles and you convert them. But we retain mile system only. Then why not we system? And we convert. When we want to talk to Britishers, convert them. Retain our own system. Our weights also. Now we have the kilogram, quintal, all that is American, British system. Metric system and American system, all that this system they have. But we had our own system. All that is gone. All that is gone. One means we have ignored. Even in villages, somewhere little bit they find. But still it is going away, fast going away. Because of our slavery. The educated fellows are slaves of America. I mean England. But illiterates retained old culture. Now we call them illiterates or they are illiterate people. They are not uneducated. Who is educated? Who is westernized? Who destroys his own culture is educated. One who retains his culture is illiterate. Isn't it? A villager retains his own ancestral culture. You call him illiterate. Oh, he doesn't know. Who is educated? Who disowns his own culture, his own civilization, imitates others and becomes a second hand, you call him educated. Who called you educated? Britishers called you educated. And you also started using his educated, and that fellow is an illiterate. He doesn't know English, you ill-treat him. You misbehave with him. I've seen with my own eyes. If a labor class who doesn't know English come, just ill-treat him. An educated man comes, then you talk to him very politely and respectfully. I was shocked to see. Until recently, 15-20 years ago, Even now, some might be people, when I boarded a bus, then one labor fellow boarded it, and he gave him some, I think, 5 rupees or something. It cost some maybe 1 rupee or so. And then that conductor asked to give me the change. He says, I don't have a change. He says, no. He says, you give the change, otherwise I can't do that. I can't give you a ticket. And he says, if you don't have the ticket now, at the time of getting down, you give me, because I am getting down after 5 or 7 stations within the local bus. It is a suburban bus. So you can give me. He says, no, I'll get down. You get down, I won't give you. Next person, there is an educated in a pant and shirt. And that fellow gives him. Immediately he gives the change to him. And talks to him very politely. And that fellow, get down. This is a conductor is our. This labor is our. What has this labor done to you? Tell me. That fellow is hardworking, contributing to our economy. He is our Indian. Is he an invader? The labor class is an invader. Has he exploited you? Then why you misbehave with him just because he doesn't know English? This fellow is an educated. Now you see misbehave in the bus. 15 years ago I saw in Hyderabad. I was shocked. We are behaving literally. You go to school, you behave as if you are a Britisher. And you talk illiterate villagers as if these Indians. Illiterate, so what do they know? You behave as if you are a Britisher. You have inherited Britishers' hatred, disrespect to our own Indians, and we are behaving that. This is what I say, slavery. This is a slavery. Why should I told you could have given the same thing. You could have given the same thing. Why did you disrespect him? He says, get down. Get down the stop. Bhaiya says, bus is moving, come on, get down. He shouts him, get down. Get down, your business. He requests him, no, you give me later. No, you get down. I was surprised. But labor, what did he do? Is he a corrupt fellow? Or is he cheating you? But he's a hard worker, he's a citizen, and has he misbehaved with you? He's politely talking. But why do you misbehave? This is a terrible arrogance. That conductor should have been kicked. See the behavior. You behave with our own Indians. Just because he doesn't know English. I could see in the bus stand in our Taluka headquarters where I was born. Illiterates would ask, where does this bus go? Because they could not even read. It is written in Telugu, they could not read. Telugu and English. Then they would ask, any bus comes, see, I have to go this thing. Does it go? Does it go? They will ask. I have to say this thing. Sometimes they ask somebody else. They would not even answer. They will be afraid because they are all educated people in pant and shirt. They won't answer. We have to ask repeatedly, request a number of people. Then some of them would tell, some of them don't care. You are educated fellow, idiot, rogue. Can't you just read and tell him? What are you going to lose? Why do you insult them? Just because they don't know modern education, you insult them? What is this all? Now you see, just because you are educated, are you a doctor? Are you a lawyer? But lawyer knows something which you don't know. A doctor knows something which you don't know. But when you go to doctor, if doctor also misbehaves with you, what is your fate? If a lawyer misbehaves, police misbehaves, what will your fate? What will be your fate? So, just because police is a servant of the society, lawyers are also servant, doctors are also servant, you are also being educated, you are supposed to help them. I know, what are you going to lose? Just look at it and tell him. Yes, this or this, that's all. Even that you can't tell. This is an arrogance. And seeing me, they would ask me, I instantly tell. Oh, this goes this way. Again, seeing me, another people come, as if I become an inquiry counter. So many people, because I am answering. Many fellows sitting there, they won't answer. Like inquiry counter, I stand there, everybody, every illiterate villagers, labor people, all people would come and ask me. I would tell them. Sometimes what happened, from a distance, the bus has not come to the bus stand, it is there on the road, it is just coming. They ask, where does that go? I say, I can't say that until it comes. Then they ask, hey, people like you can know it from a distance alone. I say, it is written there, after reading it we can tell. He didn't know that we read and tell it. He doesn't even know that. How does he tell? They think that they are educated. Because of their education in the books it is written. Seeing the book they can tell. How can we tell? It is written on the front of the board. On the board it is written out. I told, it's not like that it is written there. You see the board? Some color is there. That is there. Where does it come from? Where it goes? It is written. Seeing that we can tell. Oh, this we didn't know that. We thought educated people seeing the bus alone they can tell. Even this nobody told the illiterates. See how we illiterate our own illiterates. Not that I learnt it later after coming to city. Even when I was village, I would see that. I said, they don't know. Why do we misbehave with them and insult them? They don't know how to read and write. That's all. Is it a crime just because you don't know reading and writing? But they are honest people, hard workers. They are sincere. They don't take bribes. They are contributing to our economy. They are responsible people, dharmic people. Why do you misbehave with them? They just don't know. You know it. You just help them. But you go to them when they are agriculturists. You go to the villages. If supposing you are a newcomer, immediately they ask you, where are you coming from? Where do you want to go? This village, go this way. Without you are asking, they themselves will ask you, hey, where are you? They can recognize any new person because we were walking from village to village, distant places. As they see you, they immediately ask you, oh, where are you coming from? I'm coming from this village. Where do you have to go? I have to go to this village. They say, go this way. Without asking, they will tell you, go this way, and after this, take a right turn, and they will go straight. Next, that village comes. After that, they will tell you. They will tell you sincerely. Sometimes if you can't do it, if there is a short distance, they will walk with you and then guide you. No, that fellow is illiterate. See how cultured he is. You fellows, you think that you go to school and learn a little bit, 1 or 2 English words. The arrogance is Himalayan arrogance. I feel like kicking these fellows. These are modern educated fellows. You misbehave with our people. You Britishers have come. You followed the feet. You followed the feet like rogue, like Nehru, and you ill-treat our own Indians. This is the fellow base of our country, in culture, in language, in our values, and how they treat you, how they respect you. But you see how you behave. Because all this modern education is teaching you. Terrible fellows. I recently, 15 years ago, I saw it. Probably even now it is there. Even now it is there. When who speaks English, people behave differently. And when who is illiterate or just semi-literate, you misbehave with him. Or he studied in Telugu medium or local medium. Even Nehru did the same thing. All this comes from the Nehru alone. One who speaks English, he would respect him differently. One who doesn't know English, in his party members, in his Congress party, one who speaks Hindi, another thing is, even if he knows English, but in Indian English, they speak in North Indian accent. What is he doing? What is he doing? They will talk like that. This fellow doesn't know the British accent. He would ill-treat him. He would misbehave with him, Nehru. Only he should speak in a British accent. That is arrogance of Nehru. The same thing you find. Even now we find. All India is becoming Nehru salon. You ill-treat our own people. This I don't understand the reason. All these fellows should be put in jail, whoever misbehave with our own Indians. Because these are the fellows behaving like Britishers. They are hard workers. They are sincere people. They obey the law. They are neither taking bribes, nor they cheat people, nor they exploit. They are hard workers. Recently, they learned because of the communism and all these things, misbehaving. Otherwise, until recently, they have been very good people. Even now, probably they are good people. I have to see. Because I have lost touch with people. But they are good people. Then why you misbehave? This modern education culture, this communism is spoiling them. Okay. Krosha, Tila. Tila means, you know that? Ellu. Sisamam. Sisamam is old English. Okay, anyway, Sisam. Sisamam, what do you call? Sisam. Not ma. Silent. I have to refer the dictionary. Okay, Dvipa is an island. Nishka is a gold coin. Parvata, a mountain. Giri, we have already learnt one word, and is another word. Papa, a sinner. Okay. Sinner and sinful both, adjective. Prasada, a palace. Prasada. Raja Prasada, Aramane, palace. Bhrutya, a servant. Kinkara, we learnt already. You can note down Kinkara there. Kinkara, we learnt. Parvata, Giri, we learnt. Already learnt words, you can put them so that extra 2 words. Then Masha. Masha is a Uddu, black gram.
Okay.
Black gram is Uddu. Modaka is a sweet. Yachaka, a mendicant, a beggar. Yachaka is a beggar. Loka is people or world. Lokastu bhuvane jane, Amarakosha says. Loka is people, Loka is world. Bhuvane jane. Amarakosha says, Lokastu bhuvane jane. So people and world, both. So Vadha is killing. Then Varaha is a how. I think we can't finish. It will take another 15 to 20 minutes. I think we will do tomorrow only. Tumba words ive. Many words. And then verbs also I have to teach. All these things will take another half to 40 minutes it will take. One class it will take. We'll do tomorrow only. And here also we are doing very fast. You may forget these words. I have to explain some more thing. We'll do tomorrow. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om Tat Sat.